What's going on YouTube? It's Giga here, bringing you some more Series 12 Wi-Fi Battles with live commentary. Today we are checking out this really cool Giratina Origin form. This is a team built by Baars and was used to great success not only by Baars but also by Tayo from Team India, who recently got top cut in the Hatterene series this past weekend. So talking a little bit about the team, right? First of all, the first star is obviously going to be that Giratina Origin form. It has just, I think, some really cool offensive options, right? It does have access to max airstream when it maxes, as well as max phantasm, which can really come in handy, right, to lower that opponent's defense and let it hit really hard. And it naturally just is going to hit really hard based on what it is. So next up, we do have Kyogre. So Kyogre, once again, it's just really standard. We all know what it does. It goes really fast. It hits really hard. It has spread moves. It has Ice Beam. Really not too much to say there. Similarly, next up we have Grimmsnarl. So once again, a very classic screens option with Reflect, Light Screen, and Thunder Wave. We do have Light Screen for that extended, Light Clay for that extended screen support, which really can come in handy. Next up, everyone's favorite Pokemon in the format, it's Incineroar. I can't think of any reason why anyone would dislike this Pokemon. So once again, a pretty standard Pokemon. The only difference is this is the Burning Jealousy variant, which is really cool, especially when paired with that Grimmsnarl. Being able to survive big hits from things like Thundurus T as well as Zacian and get the burn onto them is really big. Next up is Kartana. So Kartana, a really great max option, being able to hit really hard into a lot of threats. Also having access to that Beast Boost is huge. If we max Giratina and get some defense drops with max Phantasm, being able to clean up with Kartana is pretty great. And then finally is Regieleki. Once again, a really standard Pokemon, right? It just has the best speed control in the game outside of Prince or Tailwind, so something that I'm really looking forward to using. So this is the team. We will have the paste in the description, as well as a link to the creator. And with that, let's just get rocking and rolling and move into the first game. All right, battle number one, and it is Zacian Kyogre. So it is going to be Grimmsnarl with a Regieleki, Landorus, Rillaboom, Zacian, and Kyogre. So a lot of different things here. I think Kartana is going to be absolutely huge, but we just need to get it into the right position. So I also think Grimmsnarl with screen support is really big, right? We only really are worried about Regieleki. I mean, not Regieleki, Rillaboom. So I think Grimmsnarl, Grimmsnarl definitely want Kartana. I don't know if I want Kyogre. Let's do... No, Regieleki is not helpful against Landorus. Let's do Grimmsnarl. Nope, Giratina with Kyogre and Kartana. I think that's our best bet. And obviously, right, we're here to show off Giratina. Also, make sure to subscribe if you like Giratina. We are working our way towards 1 billion subscribers, and we really can't get there without your help. And like I said, every thing counts. I know the majority of the people watching my videos aren't subscribed, so if you could subscribe, like, that would be awesome. I really try and make fun content and use cool teams and make sure to have a variety of battles on the channel. So my opponent is going to lead with Grimmsnarl Kyogre, so that is pretty good for me. I don't want to necessarily commit into Dynamax quite yet. I would much rather try and get off a big light screen, as well as go for just a Shadow Force into this Kyogre, right? Trying to get as much damage as possible, and also if they go for max, if we can set up that Shadow Force, being able to waste 2 turns of its max. Because like I said, I do think Kartana really is going to be our main max option here. So we should also really try and get rid of Grimmsnarl, right? Like, if it goes for Thunder Wave, that's huge. We're also going to see my opponent commit to a max, so that is... that's really big, right? Because we know Kyogre is their max choice. We aren't super fast on Giratina. I just checked the spread. So we probably are, unfortunately, going to move second. As we're going to see the fake tears come out. So that's going to go into Giratina. So I'm really glad, right, we didn't go for the max this turn, as we will set up a light screen, just trying to negate that damage there. We could have gone for a T-Wave, as the Hailstorm going to come out. And so, yeah, unfortunately... Giratina really not going to do much this game. Actually, it will. Okay, so it does survive, which is a huge deal, right? I didn't expect it to live, in all honesty. So we are going to get the Shadow Force off, which is awesome. Being able to just completely disappear and potentially use that Kyogre's last turn of max, especially given the fact that right, we can sort of mess with it and go for T-Wave the subsequent turn. Unfortunately, we are still affected by Hail, even though we don't exist on the screen. I very much would like to Spirit Break into the Grim. I am, like I said, more worried about the Grim, just given the fact that it does have options to go for big damage. This probably means we are going to have to eat a Kyogre Max Geyser, but we do have the light screen up, and more importantly, there is, what's it called? Yeah, there is no rain, so we are able to take that with our Grimmsnarl, which is a really big deal, and then we can go for a Thunder Wave onto this Kyogre the subsequent turn. So Shadow Force going to come out. It does still a really solid amount of damage, right? Like, I expected it to do far less. We are going to get good damage onto the Grimmsnarl. That is a 2-hit KO there. I do want to go for a Thunder Wave onto this Kyogre, as well as go for another Shadow Force, right? Like if we can waste its last turn of Dynamax, that puts us in a really good spot. We still do have to be careful though, as my opponent is just going to go for the Sucker Punch. So this Grimmsnarl really revealing a lot of tech, but more importantly, right? Like we're not seeing. So what we've seen, Fake Tears, we've seen Sucker Punch, we've seen Screens. So there's a very good chance that they don't have speed control, which means that Kartana is going to be in a really good spot, as we are unfortunately going to lose our Grimmsnarl here, but that's not the end of the world, right? Like we can bring out Kartana as well as Kyogre, and then we do have that immediate option to go for the Airstream as well as the Water Spout, and so that I think can really set us up for a strong end game, right? Like they don't really have good options for this. Kartana should be the fastest thing on the field. We did see the Reflect, we did see the Sucker Punch, we did see, yeah, we did see Fake Tears. So I'm really hoping that this Kartana, I mean this, what's it called? This Grimmsnarl does not have speed control, as we are going to max the Kartana, which should go first. If that's the case, right, we can just get the double knockout here in return, and then be able to clean up really effectively with our Kyogre as well as our Kartana, which hopefully will have +1. It probably won't have +1 attack, but the +1 speed will be huge versus the most likely Zacian in the back. And so we are going to see. So it does have, okay, so it does have speed control, which is annoying. We are going to fire off the Water Spout though, get the knockout onto the Grimmsnarl, and so as long as our our Kartana is not paralyzed, we can get the attack boost by KOing their Kyogre with Airstream. I think they're Scarf Kyogre. That's the only way I could see them outspeeding Kartana. Right, we saw them outspeed even though we're both paralyzed. Kyogre now is at +1, which is going to be really huge overall. We also still have full HP on the Kartana, which is big. It is just really unfortunate that the Grim was only one screen, right? I saw the Reflect and I was like, okay, this is great. You have light screen as well. We are going to see the Rillaboom come out, most likely Rillaboom and Zacian. So yeah, we are going to see that Zacian. So I need to protect Kyogre and go for, what's it called, an Airstream into this Rillaboom. If we can get rid of the Rillaboom, then we should be in just a really strong position, right? Because we can single target Origin Pulse into this Zacian. So want to go for the Protect here, as well as go for the max Airstream onto this Rillaboom. So this game really does come down to paralysis, which is never really the ideal strategy, right? Like you want to be able to play a little bit more effectively. We could potentially see a Protect come out from the Rillaboom. I know that a good amount, including the ones that I usually run, have it. So if this is not Assault Vest, which I have reason to hope for, so we're going to see the Protect come out from the Kyogre. That's not telling of if the Rillaboom is going for the Protect. We're going to see perfect the Grassy Glide here. We should see most likely a Sacred Sword come out onto. Okay, we're going to see a Behemoth Blade, which is also fine. Onto the Kartana, just trying to do as much damage as possible, right? We should take that very well. Yeah, perfect. And then the big question now of perfect, we are going to see the Airstream come out. This is +1 into Rillaboom, and you were supposed to get knocked out. Okay, so That was not supposed to happen. And this is bad because I think we're in Sacred Sword range at this point. So we have to go for a double protect, and let's go for a Steel Spike onto the Rillaboom, just so we can try and get Kyogre to have some extra defense. We do get the double protect, so that's huge, right? We should hopefully see a Glide perfect there. We should see a Behemoth Blade come out into, or the Sacred Sword come out. I'm hoping perfect Kartana lives, and perfect. We do get the Steel Spike off onto this Rillaboom, so the Rillaboom is going to go down here. And at this point, right, we do have Kyogre going for single target attacks. I think the rain is about to expire though, so that's a little bit unfortunate, right? I think we are about to lose the rain. Yeah, the rain is going to stop here, so Origin Pulse going to do less damage, but it is still going to be single target. 185, 85, 36, 37, 152. So I think Water Spout does more at this point. Let me yeah, because it's past 80%. So I think it's actually just about even. So I want to go for that, and then I'm gonna go for the Sacred Sword onto the Zacian. I could see the Zacian targeting into the Kyogre, just given the fact that Kyogre has this like bigger source of damage. Is yeah, we're gonna do a huge amount there. The Sacred Sword coming out into the Kyogre makes sense, as Kartana luckily is going to connect with that Sacred Sword onto the Zacian, which is enough for the knockout. So definitely a little bit of a tricky game. I think the double protect was a little scary. We also didn't get paralyzed at all, so we definitely did have some luck on our side, but I mean that is just the game we play. So overall, just a really solid first game. I am curious if we can see their team though. I know a lot of people have not let that be the case. Yeah, unfortunately not going to be the case here, but overall just a really solid first battle, and let's just keep rocking and rolling and move to the next one. All right, battle number 2, and it is Zacian and Eternatus. Zacian, Eternatus, Lapras, Landorus, Indeedee, and Oranguru. So a lot of stuff here. Kartana Regieleki feels. I like Kartana Regieleki. I think that's my best bet. I need to stop Lapras. We could see a potential of what's it called? We could see an Indeedee Lapras. Just trying to make sure that they do get the resonance up. I want Giratina and I want Kyogre. I think Grimmsnarl is tempting, but I think we're gonna see longevity more than anything from my opponent's max. I mean, not my max, restricteds, right? Like neither Eternatus nor Zacian can max. So right, like you're really maxing either the Lapras or the Landorus. I mean, you could max Indeedee or Oranguru. I wouldn't recommend it. I'm sure it's been done. But yeah, we are going to see the Indeedee as well as the Lapras. And so what I really want to do here is I need to prioritize getting Kartana boosted, because of the fact that I need Kartana to basically win me this end game. That is my plan right now. And I don't want to go for what's it called? I don't want to go for Electro Web onto the Lapras in the event that it's weakness policy, right? I need to try and preserve as much as possible, and so what I'm hoping to do is KO the Indeedee with Kartana to get the speed boost to ensure that I'm faster than whatever my opponent has in the back. And then once at +1, hopefully try and set up Knuckles. I think that might have been a little bit more of the optimal play of just setting up Knuckle as opposed for going for damage. But Kartana, like, it does so much. Yeah, in all honesty, we should have gone for Knuckle because we have Electro Web. Shout out for silly plays, but that's fine. Yeah, the Thunderbolt should not KO, and we should get the knockout with the Airstream, which is the ideal situation for us. This way it ensures that if we lose Regieleki, right, like we still have access to good damage. We should see probably the Resonance come out onto the Kartana. That did no damage. That was no damage at all. Okay, so the Ndidi is going to take that really well. I think it is in knuckle range though, so probably an Airstream. Okay, so we're gonna see a Quake, so that's fine. That's totally fine with me. I'm fine to Electroweb. Yeah, I'm gonna Electroweb here as well as go for a knuckle just to try and get Kartana to +2. Because if we get it up that high, we should be in just a really strong position. So I'm gonna go for the Electroweb as well as go for the Max Knuckle onto the Ndidi. That way, what's it called? Our Leaf Blade should be enough to one-shot a Lapras. We could see it go for the Resonance. We are going to see, question of, do we see a weakness policy? Probably not, right? This team probably wants Light Clay. But if we can get Kartana to +2, okay, so we are going to see the weakness policy, which I literally talked about how I was worried about it, but that's fine. We did the thing. Knuckle going to come out here. It is going to be enough to pick up the KO onto what's it called? This is Ndidi. So we are going to get the Beast Boost as well, get us up to +2. We could see the Resonance go into Kartana. Lapras doesn't hit that hard, so I'm hoping we survive. We are going to see it go into the Aleki, which is totally fine with me, right? Regieleki at this point was just trying to get Kartana faster than things, but we have the Airstream boost, so that'll really sort of help us. We can bring out... Let's bring out Kyogre here. If I can get past Controller Drift. I think Kyogre has a lot of options in terms of what it can do. We do have, like I said, access to the Leaf Blade, as we are going to see the Eternatus come out here. The good thing about weakness... Okay, so the good thing about weakness policy is it means that your screens are limited in how many turns that they're up. Kartana has not taken any damage. I do want to go for an Ice Beam onto this Eternatus, and then go for a Leaf Blade or an Overgrowth onto this Lapras, right? I need to, if I can get rid of the Lapras and get to +3, we should be in a really good spot to go for things like Smart Strike, but it will depend on some factors, obviously. The Overgrowth, let's see how it does. I really am hoping for a knockout here. This is Kartana. That looked like a knockout, so I will take that, which is huge, right? That gets us up to +3. And so that really is going to, yeah, so we do get the knockout there. We are now at +3. If they have Zacian in the back, as long as we live, we should be in good shape. I feel like at this point, right, like we kind of choose where do we want Kartana to attack into. We should see probably we are going to see the Dynamax Cannon, most likely going into that Kartana. Survey says, yes, Assault Vest is awesome. We love Assault Vest. We are also seeing no Life Orb, so that is really interesting in what is the item choice. I'm interested to see if it is going to be leftovers. If it's leftovers, yes. Okay. No, that's Grassy Terrain. So no leftovers. So the question now is, what item does this Eternatus have? As we are going to see the Zacian come out as the last one, because now I have to play this game of what do I think is going to protect and what do I think is going to attack. I think it's fine to attack into the Zacian, because we saw the Dynamax Cannon is not going to KO Kartana. Actually, it is going to KO Kartana. I'm going to go for an Ice Beam as well as Smart Strike. I'm going to target down the Eternatus. We have Giratina in the back, and it looks like, okay, my opponent is going to cancel. I don't think they needed to. I think if they had gotten the call right of where Kartana was attacking, they could have KO'd it with the other Pokemon. But that is just sometimes the way it goes. I want to see their team. Show me your team. Show me your team. Show me your team. We don't get to see their team, so that's a little bit unfortunate. But yeah, I think it was overall a really solid match, and let's just keep rocking and rolling and play one more. All right, last battle of the day, and it is Lunadon. It is Lunala, Groudon, Incin, Charizard, Grimmsnarl, and a Venusaur. So I really like Giratina here. I think Giratina is great. Giratina Ensign, I think is fun. I want Kyogre, and then the big question is, what do I want last? I think Kartana makes the most sense. I think Grimmsnarl does offer a fair bit, but yeah, I think Kartana offers a lot more. Having immunity to Sleep Powder is also really pivotal, right? Being able to deal with Venusaur a little bit better. I don't know if my opponent necessarily wants to bring Venusaur, right? Like, we have Kartana, we have an Ensign, and we have Giratina, which I would feel deterred from bringing a Venusaur personally, but I can see why people would want to. But I think that this overall is sort of our best bet. So yeah, we can go from there. I think Kartana does really well into a lot of this team. Giratina does very, very, very well into Lunala, which is huge. And so yeah, we'll see. I also think if we can get a Burning Jealousy off, that would be really fun. If we see like Charizard Groudon, that really suggests to me you're going to go for like an Airstream. We can switch out into Kyogre to soak up the hits and then fire off a Burning Jealousy and try and burn Groudon, because I think if we can do that, we're in really good shape. But I don't expect to see the Groudon lead. Obviously, like, I can dream, but we'll kind of see. As we are going to see Grimmsnarl Lunala. So this is great, right? We have access to Shadow Force right off the bat, and probably cannot survive a Meteor Beam from Lunala, but I'm not actually super concerned about that. I very much am going to click Shadow Force. I'm going to click Burning Jealousy because of the fact that if you miss a Meteor Beam, right, you get the special attack boost. So we do get the burn onto the Lunala, which I think is always very helpful, as the Grimmsnarl just going to go straight for a Reflect here. So yeah, we are going to see the Meteor Beam come out. Like I said, if it misses, is that targeting down my Giratina? I think that's targeting down Giratina. I don't know if we live. I'm going to hope we live. Perfect. Oh, this is literally what I wanted to have happen, right? Because now the Shadow Shield is broken. Because you got the attack boost, you are going to get burned. So that's just a little bit of extra chip. So sort of adding insult to injury there, right? And at this point, I think we're fine to Parting Shot out. I want to just Flare Blitz the Grimmsnarl. In all honesty, I don't want to see what this Grimmsnarl can do. We are going to see a Protect here. That's cute. Have fun with that one. As Shadow Force going to come out, and guess what? Breaks through Protect. Boom, look at that animation. Goodbye, Restricted. So yeah, Lunala going to go down there. We're going to see a Spirit Break, unfortunately, come out into the Giratina. Should do pretty big chip. Grimmsnarl just hits way too hard. Luckily, we are physical, as we are going to be able to fire off a big Flare Blitz onto this Grimmsnarl. Not a big Flare Blitz, but a Flare Blitz nonetheless. We have Kartana in the back, so I'm feeling really good about that option. So the big question, okay, so we are going to see Groudon come out here. I do want to try to Parting Shot the Groudon. I think if we can bring out Kartana safely, that should be huge. We could also bring out Ogre, but no, okay, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to Protect here, and I'm going to go for a Parting Shot onto the Groudon. That lets us bring out Kartana. We can then switch out Kartana we can switch out Giratina into Incineroar to get the Groudon to -2, and then I'm hoping that a Leaf Blade will be enough. It should let us survive the hit. We are going to see the Groudon get really big. I don't think that that's an issue because we have Kyogre as well as Kartana in the back. So yeah, we should see probably the Quake come out. I do need to preserve my Giratina though, just because it does offer a lot. We do also have to be really weary of very good middle ground play of going for the Rock Ball onto the Ensign. We are going to be able to survive that, which is huge. The Grimmsnarl has not moved yet, so that tells me you're going for, okay, perfect, Spirit Break into the Giratina. That's awesome. We can just pivot out now, bring out Kartana. You also don't have the Sun up, so if you wanted to go for something like a Flare, that's no longer an option. So we can switch out into Kartana. I think I do want to prioritize the Grimmsnarl, right? I think being able to fire off a big steel spike into it to get rid of it is huge, and we can bring out Ensign, right? And my thought process with that is if we're at +1 defense and Groudon is at -2, it's really not going to do anything. This also gets us to +1 with Kartana, which is going to be really huge. So we are going to see the Giratina swap out. I could have, Kyogre would have probably been a little bit safer in the event of a flare, right? Like that's still going to do a ton to Kartana. It has paper thin defenses. So we're going to see the Grimmsnarl swap out into whatever my opponent has in the back. It is going to be the Incineroar. So not a good switch on my part. Regrets were made. This is fine. This is actually totally fine, right? And the reason it's fine is if you get rid of my okay, so this is what's gonna happen, right? We can Airstream, hit Parting Shot out the Groudon, bring out Kyogre, Airstream again, and have Kyogre be the fastest thing on the field going for Water Spout. And so that is fine. We're gonna see the Steel Spike come out onto this Ensign. Nothing really matters anymore. If you are going to KO the Kartana, that would be great. I mean, not the Kartana, the Ensign, that would be great. We're going to see the Quake come out. This looks probably into Ensign, question mark, hopefully. Into the Kartana. Kartana going to take absolutely nothing here, which is really great to see. I probably want to not Knuckle. Yeah, I want to go for an Airstream. I think right now the priority really is going to be bringing out the Ogre. So I want to go for a Parting Shot into Groudon, as well as go for an Airstream onto this Groudon as well. So that way we can start getting some speed up. Well, that didn't work. I'm going to go for a Parting Shot, and I'm going to go for, I guess, an Overgrowth at this point. Let's just get damage onto this Groudon. If you want to switch out into Grimmsnarl, that's totally fine with me. I still have Giratina, so I still have a way to control the weather. As Overgrowth going to come out, this should do a really big chunk onto the... Oh, that is... No. Precipice Blades. From 8 HP, the Sugar Berry really gonna save me on that one. But what's important, right? Okay, this is actually really big. Is it really big? Not really. Flare Blitz going to come out onto the Kartana. I expect to see Groudon. Okay, so I expect to see Groudon switch out into Grimmsnarl. And we can go for a Water Spout, which is huge. We also could see... Okay, so what we're going to do, we have Giratina left. We have Kyogre going for the Water Spout. Even if Groudon wants to switch in, right, we're still going to do just a lot of damage to it. We already have Kyogre selected. We're gonna bring out Giratina, and so this this is I think a fine position to be in. Giratina can go for that Shadow Force. Kyogre, right, is very free to click Water Spout here. We probably are gonna see a switch in somewhere into Grimmsnarl. Right, you have to switch out Groudon into Grimmsnarl. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go for a Shadow Force into, let's include this, right? Groudon becomes Grimmsnarl. I'm gonna go into this slot. It's not gonna, I don't think it's gonna end up mattering. You have to switch out Groudon here. Yeah, we're gonna see the Groudon switch out, which is perfect, right? This is going to be into the Grimmsnarl, and so we should be able to pick up a double knockout. as Water Spout going to come out here, definitely getting rid of the Ensign, yeah, getting rid of the Grimmsnarl, and so we can get the big Shadow Force damage if they choose to protect. Also at this point, right, like a single target Water Spout is going to do so much into Groudon. We saw it has Protect, so it doesn't have the Assault Vest, so like I'm fine just to click it anyway. And so yeah, we're gonna wait here. We're gonna see the Groudon comes out. Yeah, sure you have access to the sun, but like you are at 60%, and so a Water Spout. I expect a Water Spout plus a Shadow Force to kill you, so I'm just gonna click it. Even if you survive, right, you have to go for Precipice Blades. We know that Kyogre can live the Precipice Blades. We can go for an Ice Beam the subsequent turn. So we are really having some good success with this. I can't really see how we lose this. I shouldn't jinx myself, but you know I am. We are going to get the Water Spout off. This should do a massive chunk into Groudon, or it just gets the knockout. So I mean, that answers that question. So overall, some really good battles today. This team is definitely a lot of fun. So huge shout out to Baars for it. And yeah, make sure to check them out on Twitter. We'll be using this team some more, so look forward to that. And with that, until next time, I hope all of you are wonderful, and I'll see you then.